Batwoman issue 4, Greg Rucka writing with DANI on art. This is kind of a big deal because this issue kind of explains a lot that it was maybe confusing before.
Yep, thank God.
Yeah, and it's an interesting twist actually that's revealed here. So basically, like, so Renee got stabbed by Batwoman at the end of last issue, and that was kind of a big shocker. It's like, what the hell's going on? She's killing people willy-nilly. Big reveal in this issue, and Renee knows it right away. Like, she's with her dad and is like, hey, that wasn't Kate. Like, Kate's not the one killing people. Kate is in that mental hospital and she's never left. She's not like sneaking out. She's not being Batwoman. Someone else is pretending to be Batwoman. And it's the most obvious twist ever once you know that, because Kate has a twin sister who has issues with split personalities. So there is a new personality in Beth who now thinks she's Batwoman, and that's who's been going around killing people.
Right, because she's not Alice anymore. She's Batwoman.
Yeah.
And yet she's still deadly like Alice was. And now it's definitely a... God, I love what Rucka has done with the concept of duality with Batwoman. Because at first it was just Kate and Batwoman and how to make those two sides go. And then you introduced the concept of her sister that she thought she had lost. And then you added the Alice of it, which was, you know, it wasn't a long mystery, but playing us like, could it be my twin sister is Alice? And now we have that Alice thinks that she is Batwoman. And Kate, meanwhile, is in a mental hospital trying to get better with whatever she was been dealing with. God, it's so good. I'm so glad I stuck with it, because I think we were both kind of on our... This book was on thin ice.
It was, you know, I think the last issue was better, but it was definitely not hitting the ground running like most Rucka books do. But this one kind of like solidifies everything into place, and it's like, no, okay, here's what's actually going on. And Renee goes to Kate, and you know, there's a whole heartfelt breakdown from Kate of why she's there, and like, you know, her guilt over thinking she killed her sister and all the rest of it. But she checks out, and by the end of the issue, it's like, no, she's got her own batsuit on again. She's with her dad, she's with Renee, and they're going to go and try and find Beth, because they're, you know, it's not that difficult to figure out who it is once all things click in place. And even the villains who realize, well, this can't actually be Batwoman because Batwoman doesn't kill. Well, maybe it's her. Maybe our actual chosen one, the one we want to do the whole sacrifice and, you know, stuff with, is actually just back. Our queen is returned. So we're going to try and get her. So yeah, but we see this great this great page that just sort of like solidifies what's going on, where Beth is looking into the mirror, taking off the Batwoman outfit, but it's all fractured, and like parts of it are Beth and parts of it are Batwoman. It's like proper stuff, and she's even talking to herself in the mirror, and like you've got like the different speech bubble colors coming from each person, like the one in the reflection versus her, convincing herself that she's Kate. It's good stuff, but yeah, I don't know. It's just it's really interesting.
Well, and the scene ends with her having a breakdown. It's like, I don't want to be you anymore. I never wanted to be you.
Which I guess I should maybe clarify there. I keep saying that's Beth in the mirror. I guess maybe more specifically it's Alice in the mirror, just to be precise.
It's Alice, yeah. And that this is almost like, this is telling me that this is just a new version of Alice. That Alice has now become this fake Batwoman. And now Beth almost has Beth at like, not as a prisoner, right? But making her do stuff that she doesn't want to do still.
Maybe.
You know?
I mean, it could just be a third personality. It could be more that she is more Beth than she is Alice, but she's still, like, Alice is still talking to her, and it's what's causing this kind of rift here.
Yeah.
But either way, like, the idea of the sister who already had this type of problem having a new personality, and that's who this new Batwoman is kind of an interesting thing. But yeah, the villains kind of figure it out just by looking at the footage and be like, we never caught this. We see fake Batwoman, that's what I'm going to call her for lack of a better term, loading up her guns to get ready for another night on the town, putting on her mask. But then we get, you know, the reveal that Kate has checked herself out of the hospital, and that she is with Renee and her father, looking at her outfit. Full page spread at the end. She's in the outfit. The real Batwoman's here, and they're going to go and get her goddamn sister. So it's a good call to action at the end. It's a good reveal and a good call to action. It feels like the story's kind of clicked into place, and it's definitely made me more excited for the next issue. So,
yeah. Also, it's just hilarious that Beth has become Batwoman's own Red Hood. Right? It's instantly more compelling than the story that kicked off Red Hood. Right? That she has this Batwoman using super lethal force, right? Using her name and her symbol, but it's actually just trying to usurp her identity.
Yeah,
so,
Red Woman.
But yeah, but yeah, I'm so glad. Like Danny's art still is kind of hit or miss, but when it hits, like the mirror pages, it really hits.
Oh yeah. The mirror pages are good, and actually in the Batwoman outfit is good, but some of the regular people pages like really don't work for me with Danny's art. I just don't think that it works. But you know, it's a taste thing more than anything else. So your mileage will vary accordingly.
Will vary, yeah.
But you know, this was definitely like a nice turning point in the story where maybe they kept this reveal an issue too long. Maybe this should have been an issue earlier, perhaps. But at this point, it doesn't really matter because we're past that point now. So who cares? But
yeah, it definitely strung us along long enough to now that I am fully invested in what the hell is going on, because I am a sucker for Greg Rucka, and he's also doing the crime Bible type stuff too. And with you realize like the surname Cain, the whole mark of Cain, all of that type of stuff, and what he's gonna do with like the sister relationship. Like I have so much trust and faith in him as a storyteller that I need to know where this goes.
Yep. All right, what are you giving Batwoman issue 4?
This is a straight 8.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think the art's still maybe holding it down a little bit, even though there are some pages that are quite good in Danny's art. I don't think they all necessarily benefit from that style. So, yeah, there we go. All right, every month on Patreon, you can make me read a book, one of the higher tiers of your choosing.